Starting off, we have Ariana Grande. Singer, songwriter, and actress Ariana Grande married Dalton Gomez in May 2021, but just after 2 years of marriage, Ariana and Dalton called it quits. In July 2023, a source told People that the pair separated earlier in the year and have been quietly and lovingly working on their friendship since. Now, just days before their split was announced, Ariana was seen without her engagement ring and her wedding band. Ariana officially filed for divorce from Dalton in September 2023, with him filing a response immediately following. But it has been revealed that the reason for the divorce was that Ariana cheated on Dalton with her Wicked co-star, Ethan Slater. But here's the thing, Ethan was also married and had a child. His now ex-wife Lily, who's since been openly critical of Ari, apparently visited Ethan on the Wicked set in April with their infant son. The following month, Ethan gushed about her in a Mother's Day Instagram post, but by July 26, he had officially filed for divorce. Now, their timeline is a little more messy, but there was definitely some infidelity involved here. Now, this has had the internet up in arms about Ariana now dating SpongeBob, as Ethan played him in the live-action musical. Up next is Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson has cheated on Khloe Kardashian many times, so here's a brief synopsis of their relationship. In 2016, Khloe and Tristan started dating, and in spring of 2018, Khloe and Tristan were getting ready to welcome their first child together when photos and videos were released of him kissing other women. A couple days after the reports came out, Khloe welcomed their daughter True, but then TMZ then posted a video from earlier in October 2017 that appeared to show Tristan kissing 2 other women at a hookah lounge. More cheating allegations surfaced from there, including in January 2019 when it was revealed that Tristan had kissed Kylie Jenner's close friend, Jordyn Woods. It was then confirmed that Tristan and Khloe were dating again in August 2020, and they called it quits again in June 2021. Now, in December 2021, news broke that Tristan was involved in a paternity suit with personal trainer Mara Lee Nichols, and in January 2022, he revealed he was the father. Now, in July that year, multiple sources confirmed that Khloe and Tristan were expecting another child with the help of a surrogate. Now, the surrogate was already pregnant with the child when the news broke of Tristan's paternity scandal. Now, they kept the pregnancy a secret as long as they could to protect Khloe, and after the child was born, it seems like they are co-parenting but not together. Khloe gave him so many chances and he took advantage of that, and I truly hope that she doesn't give him another one, because at this point, it's just sad. On to Adam Levine. In 2012, Adam Levine began dating Behati Prinsloo, and they married in 2014, and in September 2022, it was reported that they were expecting their 3rd child together. But shortly after, Instagram model Sumner Stroh posted a TikTok video claiming that she had an affair with Adam that lasted for about a year. Screenshots and video recordings were used as proof, and in one screenshot, Adam was seen asking for permission to use her first name for his unborn child, which is just insane. Now, Adam denied cheating, but from the screenshots of the messages going around, it's pretty clear that he was. The day after the allegations, Adam took to Instagram to say that he messed up, he didn't have an affair, but that he crossed a line. Since then, 2 additional women, Alison Rosef and Markea, later came forward with screenshots of flirty messages the singer had sent them, and a 3rd woman, his former yoga teacher, accused him of texting her that he wanted to spend the day with her naked. Now, a 4th woman came out as well, and she told the Daily Mail that he would like and comment on her fitness stories, usually about her having the best butt in town. Now, this story was everywhere, and the whole internet turned against Adam. Then there's Ned Fulmer. One of the members of the internet group The Try Guys was exposed for cheating on his wife in late 2022. Ned Fulmer was the I love my wife guy, but in September 2022, he was exposed as a cheater. TikTokers posted photo evidence of what appeared to be Ned kissing one of his producers, Alex Herring. A fan also posted an Instagram photo with her and Ned, captioning it that she saw Ned and Alex together at a Harry Styles concert at the beginning of September. Rumors and proof were gathered, and later near the end of September, Ned confirmed that he had cheated on his wife, publicly apologized, and then got kicked out of the Try Guys. Now, the affair had been going on for a while, as after all of this was exposed, another TikToker came forward saying that she spotted Ned kissing another woman and that she had some videos and photos of them. She said she messaged Ned's wife Ariel to make her aware, but Ariel never saw the messages. Let's talk about Gerard Piqué. In June 2022, it was reported that Shakira had recently dumped her partner of more than a decade, Gerard Piqué, after she caught him with another woman. The singer and the soccer star, who share 2 sons, soon confirmed their split, though they kept mum on the infidelity allegations. Now that changed in January 2023 though, when Shakira released a diss track that included lyrics taking shot at Gerard and his new girlfriend, who's 12 years younger than him. "You're acting so weird, I don't even recognize you. I'm worth 2 22-year-olds, Shakira sings. Now she then went on to insult his intelligence, but there is more. Reports also surfaced claiming Shakira was clued into the cheating because she returned home after a trip to discover that someone had eaten some of the jam she kept in the fridge in the home she shared with Gerard. He and their sons all hated jam, so it had to be someone else who ate it, and that was the girl he cheated on her with. Now that's a pretty good way to find out that someone is cheating on you. All I gotta say is iconic. Moving on to Ime Robach and TJ Holmes. Ime Robach and TJ Holmes were co-hosts of Good Morning America 3, What You Need to Know, and they had worked together since TJ joined the show in the year 2020. Now at the end of 2022, the Daily Mail published photos of the co-workers taken across several outings, from getting drinks at a New York City bar to loading up a car at a cottage upstate. It was confirmed that they were cheating on their significant others. Now neither of the broadcasters immediately addressed the photos or revealed whether they had split from their respective spouses. Now TJ had been married to his wife for 12 years and Amy was married to her husband for 12 years as well. Now in January 2023, the couple decided to walk away from their positions as co-anchors after being caught in their affair scandal. Interestingly enough though, in December 2023, it was reported that their former spouses were dating each other. Now that is just a strange twist to this story. Now we have Tom Sandoval. Us confirmed in March 2023 that Tom and Ariana Madix split after nearly 10 years together after he cheated with their Vanderpump Rules co-star Raquel Leviss. Apparently Ariana learned about the affair when Tom and his band performed one of his new music singles live. Tom and Raquel visited his hometown of St. Louis in December 2022, but not to the knowledge of Ariana. Tom reportedly wanted to bring Raquel around his friends and family, though some declined to spend time with them and thought that the situation was inappropriate. He then posted an apology to his Instagram page saying, "I want to first and foremost apologize to everyone I've hurt through this process. Most of all, I want to apologize to Ariana. I made mistakes, I was selfish, and made reckless decisions that hurt somebody I love. No one deserves to feel that pain so traumatically and publicly. I can only imagine how devastating this has been for Ariana and everyone around us. I feel really horrible about that. My biggest regret is I dishonored Ariana. I never meant to disappoint so many people, including our loving families and friends." Afterwards, there was the explosive Vanderpump Rules reunion, and it was just a big, huge yelling match. Now we have David Letterman. Late night show host David Letterman admitted to having an affair during a taping of Late Night. David had only been married to his wife for 6 months and together for over 20 years when he admitted to being intimate with women who worked with him on air, specifically his longtime assistant Stephanie Burkett. The affair came to light when Stephanie's boyfriend Joe Halderman, a producer at CBS, allegedly tried to extort David for $2 million in exchange for his silence. David got ahead of him though, setting up a sting with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which resulted in Joe's arrest. CBS issued a statement regarding the investigation and David's decision to speak out on the show, saying Mr. Letterman addressed the issue during the show's broadcast last night, and we believe his comments speak for themselves. Now to this day, David is still married to his wife. Next up is Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner first met on the set of the 2000 movie Pearl Harbor, but were in separate relationships at the time. Ben was engaged to Jennifer Lopez, and they were supposed to be married in 2003, but in 2004 they called off their engagement. Now Jennifer Garner was married to Scott Foley for 4 years, who she divorced in 2003. The pair then started a relationship and got married in 2005. They had 3 children and a perfect family until their nanny, Christine Azoyan, claimed that she and Ben had an affair. In 2015, sources told Page 6, amid reports of Ben's gambling and alleged cheating with other women, that the the pair had drifted apart and had been in professional therapy for years. Now, their split was announced a day after their 10th wedding anniversary, and they finalized their divorce in 2018, but remain on good terms. Now, in a conversation with Vanity Fair, Jennifer had confirmed Ben's affair with the nanny. And lastly, we have Kristen Stewart. In 2012, photos of Kristen Stewart kissing Rupert Sanders, the director of her movie Snow White and the Huntsman, were released and caused a frenzy. Now, at the time, she was famously in a relationship with her Twilight co-star Robert Pattinson, while Rupert was married to his wife since 2002, model Liberty Ross. After the photos were released, both Kristen and Rupert released their own statements. Kristen said, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused to those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life, the person I love and respect the most, Rob. I love him, I'm so sorry." Now, they broke up and got back together multiple times, but they broke up for good in May 2013. This broke the hearts of Twilight fans everywhere, and I can't imagine how Rob felt having to work with her still after all of this happened.
The story of a hidden love child forces one man to step down. Next up is Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, around May of 2011, there were rumors beginning to arise that Arnold had an affair with his longtime housekeeper, Mildred Patricia Baena, who's even fathered an illegitimate child with her, named Joseph, who bears a striking resemblance to the action star. These rumors ended up becoming so intense, Arnold is forced to step away from Governor of California role lest he face angry voters. But naturally, he and his wife Maria Shriver denied everything like crazy at first, until his wife took a step back to reevaluate the situation. The fact he'd suddenly upped how much they paid the housekeeper, the accused love child really did look like him, the fact that Mildred would have conceived at the time Maria Shriver was away working, and so Maria Shriver separated and filed for divorce from Arnold. This spawned a new wave of rumors, which finally confirmed by Arnold himself in May of 2011. He finally states that Maria left him because he'd come clean about the love child in a therapy session, whose creation he described as one of his biggest mistakes in life. His unexpected admission to the newspaper include another not so insignificant detail, that he only acknowledged the existence of the child whom he supported financially from a distance to his wife Maria shortly after stepping down from office. When your producer cheats, you divorce and fire him. Next up is Robert Mutt Lange. It's a saga worthy of a country song. Shania Twain and her ex-husband slash producer, Robert John Mutt Lange, were one of the music industry's biggest power couples. Their split later became one of its biggest scandals. So Shania Twain's 14-year marriage to the music producer Robert Mutt Lange came crumbling down when she found out her best friend, Marie-Anne Thibault, and Lange had been having an affair since 2008. News she couldn't accept at first when Marie-Anne's husband, Frederick Thibault, told her. But by 2010, Shania is divorcing her husband and firing him as her producer. "It was like I was kicked off my own bus while it was moving full speed," the Grammy winner told Red Book magazine in April 2011. But there's a very strange, happy ending here. Shania may have lost a best friend and a husband, but she gained a new love in her ex-best friend's now ex-husband. To quote her, "We slowly became very, very good friends," Twain told Ellen in 2011. "We had many months of just trying to make sense of everything, holding each other up. It was a very difficult time emotionally for both of us. I would say he was probably stronger than I was. He was a tremendous support. We were a support to each other and really found something beautiful in the end and unexpected." The couple then married in January of 2011. Ime Udoka was suspended from the Boston Celtics after allegedly cheating on his partner of 13 years, Nia Long, with a member of staff. News broke in September 2023 that he had been temporarily axed from the team following reports that he had violated their code of conduct by engaging in improper, intimate, and consensual relations with a colleague. And this public announcement is how Nia Long found out. Can you imagine finding out from your husband's workplace that he cheated on you when they put him on public blast? That's traumatizing, especially considering the couple, who first met back in 2010, can you pause it there, share a 13-year-old son named Kez, who also found out what dad did the same way. A few months after the news of Ime's alleged affair surfaced, a representative for Nia claimed to the clamoring for quotes press that the longtime couple were no longer together, but were remaining fully committed to co-parenting their son. Soon enough, the actor wound up discussing the devastating ordeal for herself in a candid chat with Hollywood Reporter, stating that I think the most heartbreaking thing of all of this was seeing my son's face when the Boston Celtics organization decided to make a very private situation public, she said. It was devastating, and it still is. He still has moments where it's not easy for him, she went on. If you're in the business of protecting women, I'm sorry. No one from the Celtics organization is even called to see if I'm okay, to see if my children are okay, she added. It's very disappointing. A famous cheater to get the can was Scott Disick. Kourtney Kardashian's on again, off again relationship with Scott is a thing of pop culture legend at this point. They finally called it quits for what seems likely to be forever in 2015, but not before rumors of Scott cheating on multiple occasions surfaced as being the reason why. Scott and Kourtney were only on and off because the man could literally just not keep it in his pants. He was a brutal serial cheater. Kim and Khloe Kardashian once found texts to another woman on his phone, and after that, pictures of him partying on a boat with his ex hit the internet, prompting their last breakup. It's famously known in Keeping Up with Kardashian fanbase that Scott really didn't realize what he had in Kourtney until it was too late, and now he spends his time moaning and groaning over what he could have had with the mother of his children. Ultimately, in 2017, it leads to Scott being given the can by Kris Jenner from Keeping Up with the Kardashians for his unchanged way and exhausted role in the household. And while it never got him fired, Hugh Grant's affair demolished his career for several years, and it's so iconic I decided to slip it into this list. So, the British actor who had just achieved playing the lead role in 4 Weddings and a Funeral was meant to be in Hollywood to promote his latest film, 9 months, when he decided, as a local paper said, to take a walk on the wild side. He cruises down LA's notorious Sunset Strip at night. It's here he meets Divine Brown, real name Estella Marie Thompson, a local working girl who he paid $60 to give her some bruised knees. Catch my drift. Grant and Divine are caught and arrested, not for the adulterous act, but for the fact the adulterous act was happening outside in a public space. Grant, the long-term partner of actress Liz Hurley, was quick to release a statement of regret to the press, but it was Divine Brown who the press really wanted. News of the World gets the scoop from her, paying her $100,000 for her story, which was a blow-by-blow account and a now famous sentence Grant told her. I always wanted to sleep with a black woman, that's my fantasy. The tabloids went crazy with it. The revelations came days before Grant faced sentencing and became a media circus. The actor, who did not attend the court, was ordered to pay a fine of $1,000. Having violated a custodial sentence, Grant's career rehabilitation began with an interview on NBC's Primetime Tonight Show with host Jay Leno to apologize to the world. But the damage was done. The bust occurred 2 weeks before the release of 9 Months with Julianne Moore. Rotten Tomatoes gave it the approval rating of 23%. He co-starred then with girlfriend Elizabeth Hurley in Extreme Measures, and it flops. Mickey Blue Eyes flops as well. So it kicks off a 3-year-long hiatus, ending his relationship with Hurley as well. It wouldn't be until 1999 the hit Notting Hill gives Grant a comeback. Divine Brown, by the way, pleaded no contest to engaging in lewd conduct in a public place at her hearing, and having violated her probation for previous working girl charges, was given an 180-day prison sentence. As Brown did not have to serve her sentence for 4 months, she had time to travel to the UK to promote Fantasy Channel, an adult station launched on satellite the same year, and even do some modeling. Speaking to The Guardian at the time, Brown said she hoped to run into Hugh Grant while she was in the UK. Kevin Hunter was fired and divorced. 2 birds, 1 stone for Wendy Williams, who had her estranged husband employed on her show as a producer. The Wendy Williams show host claimed for the first time in her 2001 memoir, Wendy's Got the Heat, that her husband had cheated on her, prompting her to hire a private investigator to trail him. 16 years later, Hunter was accused of cheating on Williams again after being spotted out and about in New Jersey with massage therapist Sharina Hudson. Reports then surfaced that the TV producer and Hudson had been romantically involved for more than a decade, which he and Williams then deny. But then in March 2019, Hudson gives birth to a baby amidst widespread speculation that Hunter's the father. A month later, the TV personality is filing for divorce from Hunter after more than 21 years of marriage. And then another week later, Hunter's fired from his job on her daytime talk show. To quote, Kevin Hunter is no longer an executive producer on Wendy Williams' show. Debmar Mercury wishes him well in his his future endeavors.
Starting off, we have Iggy Azalea. Iggy Azalea announced her engagement to basketball player Nick Young in 2015, but Nick cheated on her multiple times. His first bout of infidelity was when a friend of his recorded a video of him cheating, which he denied, and then he and Iggy continued their relationship. They reconciled, but they broke off their engagement later because she caught him on security cameras bringing other women into their home. Now, after this was announced, Nick's high school sweetheart, Kiona Green, announced that she was 22 weeks pregnant with his child, so he got back together with her and they are currently engaged. Now, Iggy got the last laugh though, as in an appearance on Watch What Happens Live, she told Andy Cohen what she did to work through the pain, burning all of his things. "I burnt it all, darling. Every single designer you could think of, I've burned," she said. Now, initially she tried to destroy his haute couture by tossing it in a nearby swimming pool, but it seemed like that didn't work. That's when she moved on to the impromptu bonfire. "I texted him a video and I was like, hey, I'm burning your I don't know where you're at, probably with some girl. I hope you get home quickly because we're progressing on the spectrum of cheap to expensive." Now, this is honestly iconic, and all I gotta say is good for Iggy. Then there's Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish wrote in her memoir, The Last Black Unicorn, of a time she once pooped in her ex-boyfriend's favorite pair of Jordan sneakers after learning that he'd be unfaithful. She said, "I ate a lot of corn, a lot, and I didn't chew it so well," she said. Now, the messy story continues that right after he put them on unaware, she let him know that he just stepped in all the he put her through. Now, thinking back on the moment, she said, "I know I'm crazy," giggling while promising it's a true story. She added, "I always try to think of ways to get revenge without going to jail." Yeah, that is absolutely insane, and I cannot imagine what his reaction was. Moving on to Tori Woodward. Tori Woodward is an Instagram influencer who started dating Alex Powell, one half of the duo The Chainsmokers. Now, they started dating in 2014, but their relationship came to an end in 2018 when Tori found out he was cheating on her, and then she exposed him. The pictures of Alex's apparent infidelity were captured by CCTV at a residential location and posted to Tori's Instagram stories. "Alex is disgusting, men are trash, don't ever forget it," Tori captioned one of the surveillance shots. "They'll look you in the eyes and tell you they love you, then destroy you without a second thought," she captioned another snap, which appeared to show Alex kissing an unknown woman outside the front door. When speaking about the breakup, he said, "She deserves the best. I wish nothing but the best for her. She deserves a better guy than me. I've been miserable." Now, when asked what he learned from the breakup, he responded, "Be a better person and take care of those who love you." Now, let's talk about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj and Safari Samuels dated for 6 years after getting together in March 2002. Now, they were engaged in October 2008, but later separated in August 2014. TMZ reported that Nicki and her ex-boyfriend had such a bad fight over the summer of 2014 that things got crazy very quickly. The report claims Nicki and Safari got into a nasty argument that continued to escalate. Now, once Nicki had enough, she allegedly grabbed a baseball bat and used to chase Safari out of the house, and outside, Nicki allegedly used the bat to beat his 2012 Mercedes. Now, the police were called to the house, but thankfully no one was arrested. Now, it turns out that Nicki was the owner of the Mercedes and that Safari was just allowed to drive it while they were together. But during this same fight, Nicki also removed all of Safari's clothes from her home and threw them in the trash. Safe to say, she was really angry. Now we have Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a singer-songwriter who has sold over 200 million records globally and is one of the most best-selling musicians in history. Now, Taylor is an artist and she draws from real events that have happened in her life. Therefore, if you do her dirty, she'll pretty much write a song about you. Now, some of these are subtle, like a song about Joe Jonas called Mr. Perfectly Fine, but just because the song was low-key, that doesn't mean she won't call you out. In 2008, while on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Taylor said, "Someday, when I find that person that's right for me, he'll be wonderful, and when I look at that person, I'm not even going to be able to remember the boy who broke up with me over the phone in 25 seconds when I was 18. Now, she said that referring to Joe, which, ouch. Now, some of her songs are not so subtle, like Dear John, about her ex John Mayer. And it's important to note that Taylor was 19 and John was 32 when they dated. Now the lyrics of the song include, "Dear John, I see it all now that you're gone. Don't you think 19 is too young to be played by your dark twisted games? When I loved you so, I should have known." Safe to say, if you do Taylor dirty, she'll let the world know through her music. Then we have Mel B. Mel B got married to Stephen Belafonte in 2007 and things went south. Now they had one child together and she filed for divorce in 2017 as she accused him of emotional and physical mistreatment as well as having an affair with their nanny. Now Stephen ended up marrying their nanny and Mel accused him of engineering a sham marriage for their nanny so he could carry on their affair. Now she had a tattoo of Stephen's name and she had the tattoo cut off by a surgeon and she required 13 stitches. Yeah, she didn't just get it removed, she got it cut off of her. She will now need a laser to minimize the incision scar, and she said, "I wanted the tattoo removed to help close the final chapter on a toxic relationship," which she said in December 2017. Then there's Ellen Nordgren. Perhaps one of the messiest cheating scandals ever has to do with Tiger Woods. Now Tiger Woods was one of the best golfers in the world, his career was skyrocketing, but then it all came crashing down. Tiger became engaged to Ellen Nordgren, a Swedish former model, in November 2003, and they married in 2004. They had 2 children together, but in 2009, cheating scandal after cheating scandal was exposed with Tiger. More than a dozen women stepped forward claiming to have had affairs with him, and when all was said and done, Tiger admitted to sleeping with multiple women, though it all started with one, Rachel Urchital. Now it was reported that Tiger allegedly had a months-long affair with the New York City nightclub host. Days and months following the report, more than a dozen women, adult film stars, strippers, and escorts claimed in various media outlets to have had affairs with him. Now he lied about everything before finally confessing to cheating in a televised statement. Tiger then confessed to sleeping with 120 women while he was married. Yeah, 120. Now after 6 years of marriage, his wife Ellen divorced him, thank God, and Ellen rose above the fiasco though, as she first received a $100 million divorce settlement and later earned a psychology degree in 2014 from Florida's Rollins College. Moving on to Amy Irving. Steven Spielberg is a filmmaker who married actress and singer Amy Irving. Steven met Amy in 1976 when she auditioned for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now after meeting her, he told his co-producer Julia Phillips, "I met a real heartbreaker last night. Although she was too young for the role, I met a real heartbreaker last night." Now although she was too young for the role, she and Steven began dating and she eventually moved into what she described as his bachelor funky house. They broke up in 1979 and it cost her the role of Marion Ravenwood in Raiders of the Lost Ark, which he had offered to her at the time. But then they reunited and they were married from 1985 to 1989. Now somewhere in between, the couple reportedly drew up and signed a prenuptial agreement that outlined their income and property and limited how much Amy would walk away with should they divorce. Now while this itself isn't surprising, the agreement was drawn up without lawyers present and was supposedly written on the back of a cocktail napkin. Now the couple's relationship fell apart after the filmmaker began an affair with Kate Capshaw after meeting the actress on the set of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Now in 1989 the couple divorced and they agreed to live near each other to share custody of their son, but Amy took Steven to court with the claim that the back of the napkin agreement was invalid because she did not have an attorney when they made the prenup. The court found in the actor's favor, ruling that under California law, Amy was entitled to half of his earnings from the 4 years of their marriage, which was an impressive $100 million. Next up is Jason Sudeikis. Jason Sudeikis is an actor, comedian, writer, and producer. He's best known for his roles in Ted Lasso, We're the Millers, and Horrible Bosses, and in 2011 he began dating actress and filmmaker Olivia Wilde. Now the couple became engaged in January 2013 and had a son and daughter. They broke up in the year 2020, and in April 2022, Olivia was in the midst of giving a speech to more than 4,000 movie executives about her film Don't Worry Darling when a woman approached her with an envelope. Now it was initially believed that she was being pitched a script, but that was wrong. She was being served custody papers by a process server for Jason. Then Olivia started dating Harry Styles, and that caused a whole other issue. Their nanny came forward and did an interview revealing personal details about the couple. Now the nanny Britney claimed that Jason was out of control crying when he discovered text messages from Harry on Olivia's Apple Watch, and that he was crying to her about Olivia leaving. It was then said he was so infuriated and allegedly lashed out and chased after Olivia after she had prepared a salad for Harry with her special dressing. Jason then apparently went outside and laid under her car so she wouldn't leave. Yeah. And finally we have Britney Spears. Britney Spears exposed the heck out of her ex Justin Timberlake in her memoir. Now Britney dated fellow pop star Justin Timberlake from 1999 to 2002 and revealed in her memoir that she terminated her pregnancy when she became pregnant with Justin's child. It was a surprise, but for me it wasn't a tragedy. I love Justin so much. I always expected us to have a family together one day. She wrote, but Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. He says we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives, that we were way too young. She went on to describe the procedure as one of the most agonizing things I have ever experienced in my life. Also, it was an at-home termination and she didn't go to a clinic because she didn't want anyone finding out, and she was alone when she did it. Now she also revealed that she knew Justin had cheated on her a couple of times throughout their relationship. She specifically referenced photos catching him with a member of a girl group All Saints in a car in London, and that one of her dancers told her that he had gestured towards a girl and said, "Yeah man, I hit that last night." Now there were rumors about him with various dancers and groupies. I let it all go, but clearly he'd slept around, she said. It was one of those things where you know, but you just don't say anything. Britney then went on to say that Justin later broke up with her over text, which she said left her devastated. He sent her 2 words, "It's over." Yeah, her writing about Justin made him look like a big jerk, and now the whole world knows it.
When it comes to Khloe Kardashian, I would say one of her most toxic relationships, in the sense that she can't seem to let go of it or escape it, and probably that isn't great for either party, is Khloe Kardashian's on and off again romance with Tristan Thompson. Throughout the years since 2016, the two have been together and have broken up multiple times. The worst part of this relationship is basically all the cheating that happened, and the fact that while it was happening, these two were having kids, trying to raise them. Tristan cheated on Khloe multiple times, sometimes even making her look like a fool in public when she was praising him just in time for a cheating or paternity issue to come to light in the press. Fortunately, Khloe has ultimately decided to move forward with her life. While the two do remain amicable for the sake of their kids while co-parenting, she has said that she is completely done in regards to pursuing or having a romantic relationship with Tristan at this point. Honestly, even though this next relationship sounds like it had a lot of crazy ups and downs and a lot of problems throughout it, this is a couple I've kind of always rooted for a little bit. And while today they're no longer together, I still kind of root for them today, separately obviously. Interesting. We're talking about Eminem and his ex-wife Kim Scott, often known obviously as Kim Mathers. The two met when they were both in high school. Kim was actually a teenage runaway, and she was actually 13 when she met Eminem, who was 15. He immediately seemed to take a liking to her, and seeing that she needed a place to stay, he brought Kim home with him to stay with him and his mom. His mom also liked Kim and she wanted to help her out. She said that she saw Kim as a challenge, someone who she hoped she could make a difference with and make her life better. In 1999, Kim and Marshall were married, but previous to that, they actually had a daughter together, their famous daughter, Hailey, who was born in 1995. Eminem and Kim have been married twice, but neither time worked out for them, despite them having an extremely lengthy on and off again romantic relationship together. Today, they are close friends who co-parent 3 children together, one of which is Kim's son by an ex-boyfriend, another is their niece, the daughter of Kim's twin sister who tragically passed away, and the third of course is Hailey, who is now all grown up and actually recently got engaged. For a lot of people, the age difference as well as completely different vibes of these two made their relationship kind of a strange one. We're talking about Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. Honestly, I too feel this is kind of a weird pairing. I feel like these people have just like such different vibes, but hey, sometimes opposites attract, I guess. At the same time, I feel like Pete must have some kind of like allure to him or something. He's been attached to so many beautiful and talented women. What's his secret is the question. For Kim, she said that she was attracted to his sense of humor and just really loved that he made her laugh. Honestly, I feel like after Kanye, maybe this was a relationship that made sense when you think about it, because I feel like Pete is very different from Kanye West. I mean, this next one seems like it was an unhealthy obsession that may have happened on both sides, or at least on one of these two sides. We're talking about a fan favorite relationship, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Initially, after they broke up, it seemed as though Justin could not let Selena go, and even expressed in interviews after their breakup how much he still loved her. Both accused the other of cheating after their breakup, but would years later come back together briefly in 2017 before once again going their separate ways. It was after they split up that Hailey, who had dated Justin in the in-between times, Hailey Baldwin, showed back up and stole Justin's heart, and then the two ended up being married later in 2018, only a few months after Justin and Selena had once more decided to call it quits. Khloe Kardashian seems to be stuck in a constant cycle of just like various bad or somewhat toxic relationships. One of the worst ones she was in was a few years back now though, and that would be her relationship with Lamar Odom. What made this relationship so toxic? Well, actually it started off not being super toxic, just being kind of, I think, a bit much for some people. It seemed to move a bit too fast for most people's tastes, for one, which really was only reflected back as being an issue later on in the relationship when they had some other problems. These two ended up getting engaged only after a few weeks of dating. I've been in relationships for years, honestly, and not been engaged, so for me that feels like it would be moving really fast in terms of just like my preferences. So I'm like, wow, that's a quick engagement. But while it might seem like that engagement would be short-lived because, you know, of how fast things moved, these two still did end up getting married and were even together for 4 years. So honestly, impressive. Considering how fast they move, I'm just amazed by that. Tragically, the toxic ending for this relationship came from struggles with substance addiction on Lamar's side of things. This ultimately led to the end of their relationship, so it didn't end great, but at least they tried. It seems like Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, or MGK, might have some secrets that they are working through consistently. I feel like they're always having some issues that they have to work through. This couple has seen some major highs and major lows throughout the years, and I think a big part of why so many people have strong feelings about them is because a lot of people just don't like the two of them together. I think a lot of people just don't like MGK for Megan. Most people think Megan kind of like downgraded, I guess, when she went for him, but to Megan, she said she felt an instant connection with Colson Baker, MGK's legal name, when the two of them met on a film set where they were working together. Megan is super into astrology, and she just basically felt that on an astrological level, they were in essence destined to basically be soulmates. She has said that despite what the future holds for their relationship, she will always feel a draw to MGK, as she sees the two of them as being each half of one single soul, saying that they are basically twin souls, and as such, she'll just always be tethered to him in some way. Harry Styles ended up creating some drama both on set and in the life of Olivia Wilde. And Olivia Wilde also obviously has her part for creating that drama. It was rumored that they got together on the set of Don't Worry Darling when Olivia was still married. She apparently kept her longtime fiance and father of her children, Jason Sudeikis, away from the set, citing COVID as her reasoning, as he usually would visit her at set. But some think that she actually wanted to do this because she just wanted to hide her infidelity from him. However, this is all speculation, but what we do know is less than a year after meeting on set, Olivia and Harry attended a wedding together as one another's dates in 2021, going public with their relationship. It was a dramatic relationship and would ultimately result in Olivia separating from Jason, who she shares 2 children with, and with Jason serving her court papers regarding the custody of their children while she was in the process of presenting Don't Worry Darling at CinemaCon in 2022. Very dramatic. Needless to say, the pressure was probably too much for Harry and Olivia, whose relationship ended in late 2022, less than 2 years after they went public. Hearing Rihanna talk about how she felt after it was revealed that she was mistreated by Chris Brown was interesting and honestly somewhat hard for me to hear. Rihanna went on to say that after it was made public what Chris had done to her, she kind of felt this weird feeling. She felt kind of like bad for him and actually wanted to be there for him and console him. While she understood, of course, what he had done was wrong and bad, and she condemned that in her mind, she also felt he didn't deserve to lose his entire career and weirdly felt some shame and guilt in regards to being a part of that and wanted to like be there for him through it, even though she was like, it's really weird. You feel this really weird sort of two sides. This is also something a lot of folks feel in relationships of that nature, victim blaming themselves even. So it's as weird as it is weirdly common. Is this next relationship the most toxic of all time in the celebrity world? I'm not sure, but if it's not, it's at least gotta be really high up there on the list. This relationship happened between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Yeah, we're talking about that relationship. We all know it because most of us were probably keeping up with the legal battle between them and later found ourselves completely enthralled and somewhat consumed by the dramatic court case that unfolded between these two. I think the court case stands for itself, and if you're not familiar with it, you can go check it out. It's all out there for you. Oh boy, I would hate to be in a case like that. It's so much of what happened between you is public, and you're also just firing shots back and forth at each other. Crazy. This next one was toxic because of the speculation surrounding the relationship and exactly when it really started. We're talking about Kylie Jenner and her first long-term relationship with Tyga. What was so controversial about this? Because Tyga was so much older than Kylie. That's a lot of the controversy here. These two met in 2011 but denied that they started seeing one another at that time. In fact, they even claimed that when they appeared to be closer 3 years later, with Tyga even throwing a birthday party for Kylie's 17th, that they were not dating at that time. This is despite the fact that Tyga shortly thereafter would get Kylie's name tattooed on him and also end up buying her an expensive car. Oh, and he also called off his engagement to the mother of his child, Blac Chyna, which happened reportedly days after he threw Kylie her birthday party. However, Tyga still insisted that he hadn't left his fiancée for Kylie, saying that that would be ridiculous, but for many this doesn't seem too ridiculous considering everything else that was going on at the time and the fact that the two did end up later dating for 2 years. So
next up, we have Jude Law and Sienna Miller. The pair were a picture-perfect Hollywood couple. The couple had been engaged for 8 months when Jude Law's kid's nanny, Daisy Wright, claimed that the two had been involved in an affair while he was filming a movie in New Orleans. Law then published an apology to Miller in the British Press Association, saying, "There is no defense for my actions, which I sincerely regret, and I ask that you respect our privacy at this very difficult time." Miller and Law were on and off for the next few years, breaking up for good in 2011. "That was one of the most challenging moments I hope I'll never have to experience again," she told the Daily Beast in 2022. Next celeb couple is Kevin Hart and Eniko Parrish. Kevin Hart's infidelity story is honestly a little similar to Letterman's, as he was also being extorted. After denying any wrongdoing, he took to Instagram in 2017 to apologize to his wife Eniko Parrish and his kids. It was then later revealed that somebody was in possession of an explicit video of Hart and was attempting to receive money from him. Hart and Parrish stayed together, and he spoke about it on a podcast in 2020. Our final celebrity couple involves Arnold Schwarzenegger. When Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver announced their separation in 2011 after 25 years of marriage, it was a shock to everybody. The bigger shock, however, came later when the world found out that Schwarzenegger was the father of a son born in 1997, mothered by the couple's housekeeper at the time. It's always the housekeeper. "Remember, it's not like we had a feud," he explained to People magazine in an interview. "We didn't have a fight." He added, "It's just my F-up. My chapter with Maria will continue on forever," he told People. "Even though it's a different relationship and we are now separated, there's no reason for me to feel anything other than love for Maria." First off, we have Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. Try to find one person in your life who thought Tom and Katie made a cute couple. Spoiler alert, you won't. From Cruise's cringe-worthy couch-jumping antics on The Oprah Show to Katie's revelation that she'd had a crush on Tom as a little girl when Tom was in his late 20s. There was nothing sweet about this odd, icky pairing. Both fans and Hollywood elite alike were left scratching their heads, wondering what could have drawn them together. There actually were whispers it was a pre-arranged marriage, complete with signed contracts. And let's not forget about the dark specter looming in the background since day one: Scientology. In their 5 years together, Katie, once a bubbly TV star riding high after a starring role on Dawson's Creek, became quiet and passive alongside her more famous spouse. Years after the high-stakes divorce settlement and custody battle over their their daughter Siri, we still don't know the full story of what went on behind closed doors. Next up, we have Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Once a couple 20 years ago, they're now back together and fans are annoyed. Ben is reportedly annoyed with Jennifer currently after her new movie about their love life was recently released on Prime Video. Insiders told The Heat that Affleck was reportedly scared that J-Lo's new film, This Is Me Now, would ruin his career, and apparently that fear has not dissipated. There is a very real risk that this film will not get the reaction she's expecting. Ben's been complaining to friends this could end up being Geely 2.0, they said. It will be especially embarrassing for him considering the career that he's built up and how seriously he takes on his projects. He's scared he's made a big mistake getting involved. This is the second project that they have worked on together, and since Geely was so panned by critics, receiving a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes and losing over $60 million at the box office, it seems as though Affleck has been worried about the same treatment, and it allegedly has been causing problems in their marriage. J-Lo's new 65-minute musical was released on February 16th, 2024 and has received some seriously mixed reviews. While it was dubbed the worst movie of the century by the Wall Street Journal, the reviews are actually a lot more positive on Rotten Tomatoes with a 74% reviewer tomato meter. Next up, we have Kylie and Timothée Chalamet. The pair seems like a happy couple going viral in January for their Golden Globes appearance, but rumors have been swirling that Timothée and Kylie have been suffering relationship issues. Timothée posted alongside Zendaya at the Dune 2 red carpet in South Korea earlier this week. He donned a gray jumpsuit and pouted at the cameras. Zendaya matched the actor and donned a pink jumpsuit. Fans noticed that Timothée seemed to look somber while posing, and fans flocked to Reddit to discuss their thoughts. Somebody schedule a wellness check for Chalamet, one user says. Another saying, can we stop giving these people more attention? They are a bunch of talentless, greedy culture vultures who are helping destroy our planet. And before anybody comes for me, I'm not a Timothée fan either. He is an overhyped mayo man, in my opinion. Next up, we have Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater. Just because we learned that Ariana is dating her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater a mere 3 days after news broke that Grande was splitting from her husband Dalton Gomez, doesn't mean the timeline was equally as rushed in real life, right? Well, according to sources, it appears Grande was still working on her relationship with Gomez when she flew to the UK to film the musical movie Wicked in December 2022, though a source told Us Weekly that the couple were having issues and the distance did not help. Meanwhile, Grande's alleged new boyfriend, who is known for playing SpongeBob SquarePants on Broadway and will also be playing the Munchkin Bach in Wicked, was also in a committed relationship when the filming began. In fact, Ethan Slater had been married to his high school sweetheart Lily J since 2018 and welcomed his first child with her sometime in 2022. Rumors that Ariana and Ethan had been cheating on their partners began circling, and fans are not having it. One Reddit user wrote, quote, "She is a 30-year-old grown woman. Zero excuses for being a homewrecker. That man had a newborn baby. Selfish beyond measure." Adding, a newborn and wife whom Ariana hung out with on multiple couples outings. The wife considered Ariana a friend. Another user wrote a detailed thread on the situation saying, quote, "For the past couple years, she'll do anything to preserve her happiness at any cost, even when it's messed up. It was inevitable that she was going to get divorced before she got married, and she has a long pattern of not being able to be single and going from one guy to the next. The one time she was single, she threw herself into work, and as soon as her tour was over, she was with somebody else. The Ethan Slater thing is messed up and inexcusable because of the fact he has a child. I genuinely believe that the biggest root of all of it, not even her unresolved trauma, is the fact that all the people in her life, whether it's her team of 10 plus years, her stage mom, or her half brother, they all rely on her and are thus always supportive yes men. Our next hated Hollywood couple is Justin and Hailey Bieber. Fans want Selena back. Even Hailey wants Selena, it seems. In a string of tweets from a decade ago, Hailey expressed her happiness for Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's relationship, and now, reading those tweets back, it's a bit awkward. Some of Hailey's tweets include, "Selena Gomez is so cute, don't argue, bye." And "I'm for sure 100% team #Jelena." Another of her tweets read, "Seriously though, she's beyond flawless and he's Bieber. They are the perfect relationship. I am forever alone." Next we have Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. While they have been friends for years, it wasn't until July 2019 when Shawn and Camila announced they were officially dating. The couple had already collaborated on several hit songs together, including their smash hit Señorita, and it seemed as if working on music so frequently is what eventually led them to form a relationship. But since going public with their romance, fans have not been convinced their pairing is genuine, with many speculating whether the whole thing was just one big PR stunt to further promote their careers. Given that they've had a lot of success with their collaborations, pairing up and telling the world a relationship came out of their frequent studio sessions isn't that hard to believe, but fans have plenty of reasons to believe this romance is nothing but smoke and mirrors. Once their second single Señorita was released in June 2019, both singers appeared very affectionate towards each other, both on stage and behind the scenes. The following weeks, Camila and Shawn were seen everywhere, sharing plenty of date nights as their song continued to climb up the charts, eventually reaching the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100 and selling well over 4 million units in the US alone. By July, the pair went public with their romance, but it was not long before people started speculating whether their supposed love for one another was a PR stunt to help push sales. Fans on social media were quick to voice their opinions about the news of Camila and Shawn dating, with one person saying, "Which was the worst attempt at a fake relationship PR stunt to promote a collab? Zed dating Selena Gomez or Shawn dating Camila?" Another writing, "Are you guys done promoting Señorita yet?" Next up, we have Jessie James and Sandra Bullock. Sandra was already one of the world's highest paid actresses. In 2013, she got paid $70 million for the movie Gravity. So I'm sure ex Jessie James wanted in on those riches. Jessie and Sandra's almost 5-year marriage went down in absolute flames when the world found out he had cheated on her with not one, not two, but over 3 women. And as of 2017, it sounds like he still does not think it's such a big deal. In general, both women and men cheat. It's part of life, he told the Daily Mail. Okay, we have a feeling Sandra would disagree. Next up, we have Miley Cyrus and Luke Hemsworth. Fans think they initially got together to promote their new movie. Cyrus and Hemsworth met in 2009 on the set of The Last Song, the movie adaptation of the popular Nicholas Sparks novel. Shortly after filming wrapped, the two confirmed their romance when they had a PDA-filled goodbye at the airport. Actor Alex Emanuel, who watched their full-on makeout, said the ultra-romantic exchange was like a scene out of an old movie where the guy is getting on a train and they're saying their goodbyes. After an on-and-off relationship for 10 years and the actors getting married, they finally split up in 2019. Miley Cyrus's rep exclusively confirms to People that the couple had split. Quote, "Liam and Miley have agreed to separate at this time," the rep said. 3 days later, Hemsworth addressed the separation in an Instagram post, writing, "Just a quick note to say that Miley and I have recently separated. I wish her nothing but health and happiness going forward." Next up, we have Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. The pair is still seen together co-parenting on The Kardashians, their show, but fans think Khloe needs to be stricter with him after he was caught cheating on her not once but 2 separate times. Lastly, we have Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton's relationship began with the actor cheating on his girlfriend, Laura Dern. From there, the couple proceeded to wear each other's blood in vials around their necks and show off major PDA on the red carpet, all of which turned fans off.
Number 8. Natalie Portman. After 11 years of marriage, it was recently announced that Thor Love and Thunder star Natalie Portman and her husband, Benjamin Millipede, will be separating following a very public and messy affair on Ben's part. Ben, who I assume is named after a kid's cartoon, was spotted with a 25-year-old climate activist. While Portman was mad, she initially tried to work things out with Ben in an attempt to save their marriage, but the affair put a massive strain on the relationship. The couple had met on the set of the 2009 drama Black Swan, with Ben acting as a scriptwriter for the project. While the affair has shaken their relationship, when asked about the issues by US Weekly, he said that he shares her pain and that he is still working on a new script for her. So they still work together professionally, but emotionally, they've checked out. Number 7. MGK. When the couple, who announced their engagement last January, sparked rumors of a split after 3 years together, Megan posted a series of pictures on Instagram with a pointed caption from Beyonce's Lemonade album, which, if you didn't know, is all about infidelity. On top of this, she deleted every trace of MGK from her Instagram page and unfollowed him. In fact, she raised eyebrows by unfollowing everyone except for Harry Styles, Timothée Chalamet, and notably MGK's long-standing nemesis, Eminem. It wasn't surprising that Megan's usual behavior prompted people to speculate that herself and MGK might have called it quits after he was found cheating. Megan topped off the weekend's events by proceeding to deactivate her entire Instagram account. By February 13th, a source informed people that the two had not called things off, but claimed that Megan had apparently gone as far as removing her engagement ring, which, FYI, is specifically designed to cause pain when she does that. Apparently the band has little spikes on it that jam into her finger if she pulls it off. That's fun. The final reports claimed that they had gotten into a spat, but that it got blown out of proportion. Megan publicly defended MGK's guitarist Sophie Lloyd online, who was the alleged mistress in the situation, but there seems to be no proof that anything ever took place, and the couple are currently working through their issues, and things seem to have turned around for the better. Number 6. Steve Harvey. Steve was trending on Twitter for quite a while thanks to a couple of situations, one that actually happened and one that never happened. He seemingly fired his social media manager over a negative tweet regarding comedians and is now having to hear rumors about his wife Marjorie Bridges cheating on him. Harvey, who is 66, shared a video suggesting that he fired his social media manager after they posted a tweet urging followers to name a comedian that does not make them laugh. Steve posted a video explaining the situation and claimed that wasn't his style and it wasn't gonna happen again. The morning following that post, rumors started circulating that his wife Marjorie is seeking a divorce. According to the internet, she was caught having an affair with the chief and bodyguard. But fun fact, that didn't happen, and the internet just really wanted Steve to have been cheated on for some reason when he is one of the best people on the planet who constantly shares his past with people to inspire and give hope. So, Steve, if you're somehow watching this, first of all, why? Second of all, you are a legend and 100% no cheating in your life. So, sorry if you hoped for more. Number 5, P. Diddy. The rap star Young Miami confirmed that she and Mr. Sean Combs P. Diddy are no longer together. The couple went public with their relationship in June of last year, but let everybody know that it wasn't exclusive. They said that at one point they were together every day of the week and basically lived together, letting the internet call it whatever they wanted. To double down on the claim, anytime that they've been asked if they're official, they must list the people they've been with outside of each other, like they're all alibis in a court case or something. This past year, the world was shocked when Sean welcomed his 7th child into the world with a woman named Dana Tran, while the pair had decided to keep things private. Apparently, this wasn't part of the deal. Miami has made it very clear that Sean is no longer a man in her life in any way, shape, or form. So, while Sean is stuck raising another baby and apparently dealing with some pretty harsh rumors right now, Miami will be sipping poolside, surrounded by her lovers. I feel bad for whoever has to clean that pool. Number 4, Avril Lavigne. This year's shocking reports hit the internet claiming Avril Lavigne had called off her engagement to Mod's son. TMZ's insiders claim that things had been on and off for a while as the couple tried to mend their romance, but then when they got in touch with the Karma Singers team, a rep declared that the last thing he heard was the couple had been engaged, and that was only 3 days prior, so anything else would be news to him. Avril had been spotted out and about with a man named Tyga, who she claims is just a friend, but the internet likes to gossip, so the headlines were Avril cheats on Mod's son. A week after his tour started and the news broke, he posted a series of photos on his Instagram making references to a broken heart and knowing there is a plan for everyone. He thanked his fans and then went dark. Since then, the two have been drenched in rumors, but the only thing that has been confirmed is they now reside in Splitsville. Number 3, Jesse Rutherford. When the news first broke of Billie Eilish and Jesse Jessie getting together, the internet drowned them in negative comments, calling to question why she was dating someone 10 years older than herself. To poke fun at this, the couple dressed as a baby and an elderly man on their first Halloween together, the type of thing that would become the norm in their lives. The couple were always spotted wearing matching clothes or outlandish outfits, even making their red carpet debut while wearing matching Gucci pajamas at the 11th annual LACMA Art and Film Gala. The couple were also known for their very public displays of affection. The PDA and inside jokes were the foundations of this relationship, and they seemed happy together until this past May, when the news broke the pair would be splitting up. Claiming it to be a mutual decision, it was later speculated that the split was due to Jessie getting busy behind Billy's back. Whether that spark just fizzled out or something darker has taken place, Jessie and Billy will be fine, and they'll find new people soon. So, look at that. Just look at these two side by side. They are goth king and queen. This man's eye tattoo is staring at me. Number 2, Lily Reinhart. Cole Sprouse and Lily met on the set of Riverdale in 2016 while filming the pilot episode for the series that finally ended after being the most confusing series of all time. I had to stop after season 3 because everyone started playing D&D and Stranger Things came out, so there you go. Anyway, they fell in love playing Jughead and Betty, having a relationship that lasted like 7 years, but in 2020, started to go downhill. They were plagued by cheating rumors, things had apparently become heavy behind the scenes according to Cole. Towards the end of that year, they confirmed the split online. However, this year, Cole spoke out about the breakup while having a cancer stick in the middle of an interview, claiming that he didn't want to get too deep into the topic, but that it was a mutual decision. Lily began receiving violent and threatening messages following the interview as well as the end of the show. The past few weeks, rumors have been arising once more, and fans are becoming online detectives again to uncover the truth. And at number 1, Sebastian Leggett. This year, Becky G hit the 2023 iHeartRadio Awards red carpet without her engagement ring on. She attended the ceremony, at which she took home the award for Best Latin Pop Song of the Year for her and Karol G's collaboration Mammy. On Tuesday, March 27th, the same day her fiancé, Sebastian Leggett, seemingly confessed that he cheated on his girlfriend of 6 years on Instagram. He posted that over the previous few weeks, during a moment he deeply regretted, a 10-minute lap in judgment resulted in an extortion plot. The 30-year-old soccer player shared the information on his Instagram after a fan claimed to have proof that he was unfaithful to Becky G. The fan was claiming that Seb had a tryst with a woman while out at a club in Madrid last year. They allegedly had receipts of the affair, including videos, audio, text, and so much more. The relationship seems to have crumbled, with the latest being Becky is single and Sebastian is trying to figure out incognito mode on his phone.